Good morning, internet, world, galaxy, universe, whatever. Hi, everyone. I hope you're having a great day. Better than mine. Sorry, this one's running a little bit later than normal. While it is still morning on the West Coast, so it still counts. I meant to start this a while ago, but the phone guy finally called, and he confirmed my worst fears. The internet I get is actually the best internet I can get, which is just sad, just so sad, because it's not very good. I thought we'd do something a little bit different today on today's show. We're going to go through some of the MSS news that we didn't get to last night because there's some doozies in here, some really fun ones, including the one from the title, "Eating Ramen Naked." We'll get to that one in just a minute here. Oh man, I'm so depressed about my internet, man. They morning. It is morning, still morning on the West Coast, so I even got that one in today. I was afraid that I was going to have to pull the "It's Morning in Alaska" thing again. So, oops. Peasy, we just started, and I didn't give it any time to build up. So yeah, people will start filing in. Don't worry about that. So yeah, we're gonna go through some of these MSS news ones because, God, some of the stories we get sent are amazing, but we have the rule now that we only do one story per person. But there's so many great ones. Would it surprise you to know that the guy who was eating ramen naked is from Florida? Naked man revealed on video sneaking into restaurant and munching on ramen. St. Petersburg, it all started with chicken wings, a beer, and a burglar. It went downhill from there. When you go downhill from that, you're having a worse day than me. A St. Petersburg police officer was investigating a November 6th break-in at Chataway restaurant, reviewing surveillance videos that shows the burglar devouring a plate of chicken wings and enjoying a beer inside the kitchen. But then the officers stumbled across another incident from the night before. The video shows a man riding his bike up to the restaurant at 358 22nd Avenue, pedaling around the parking lot for 10 minutes, then slipping in through the back gate. After wandering around for a bit, he opens the door to a shed for storing odds and ends and removes them one by one. Then the man gains access to the restaurant bathroom and exits without his clothes. He came in with pants on, but rode off on a bike without pants. I'm not sure if he took his pants off or pants with him, but we didn't find them. We still don't know where his pants are. He spray painted a few chairs, the bongos, and a pickle jar. But his handiwork was barely noticeable. Manager Amanda Kiddo said everything was put back so neatly. In fact, it was 4 hours before anyone noticed he'd even been there. We would not have known about the naked guy without the cop finding that video. So yeah, it's just a video of a dude who goes in there, gets naked, and goes in and eats himself a little bit of ramen. And apparently they don't take very good care of the place if he was spray painting and they didn't notice it for 4 fucking hours. And they didn't even notice it was him. Maybe he pooped his pants and he was embarrassed and flushed them. Maybe. I think he was probably just a drunk Florida man. He spent an hour just milling around, going from room to room and eating and drinking while he did it. How big is this restaurant? How many different fucking rooms do they have? Anyway, so yeah, naked dude in Florida wanted to eat some ramen. I don't blame him. I've never tried naked ramen. I might have to do that someday. But yeah, he just made himself at home at a restaurant, got naked and ate. I can't really eat naked. It feels wrong. I at least have to have underwear on. Hi Nuts, how you doing? Terry, Angela, everybody. I would say hi one by one, but you guys, you're too many. So I just say hi everyone. How's that? And before anybody gives me shit about the monkey in the morning, I've already addressed that. So scroll back and you'll see it. Yeah, so the phone company guy came out today, and here's the problem. I'm paying for 12 megs download. And yes, I know that's still really sad. But I'm only getting less than 7. So I happened to be talking to one of the people at AT&T, and they said that shouldn't happen. We'll send a tech out to find out if the problem's on our end or your end. Well, it turns out it's on their end because that is actually the best I can get here. So I have 2 choices. I can downgrade to the 6 meg, which is one of the packages they offer, and probably only get 5 megabytes out of it. Or I could stay paying for 12 megs and get almost 7. That's a beautiful choice, ain't it? I'll be calling them and bugging them more. Fucking jackasses. Diesel Dave says, YouTube sucks. No notification for 5 minutes. That's why you should follow me on Twitter, dude. As soon as I go live, pops right up. Tells you that it's out there. Yeah, no notification. That's a dick move, YouTube. Is it because I'm too sexy? Ask for a bonded service. What's that? I have to look into what that even is. Nut says or move. You know what? I've thought more and more about moving, and not just for better internet, but to a place where there's no stairs. I think that would make my life a little bit easier. Streaming against Satsu, shame. No, he's streaming game. I'm streaming just normal shit. It's not the same. We're not competing right now. But everybody should go say hi to Satsu over there and tell him I said naked ramen. A story we really didn't get to talk about much yesterday. CNN has decided to sue the White House, y'all. 13 asked me, how am I enjoying Red Dead 2 so far? Oh my God, it's so hard to turn that game off each night. I drag my ass to bed because it is so good. When the first half of it it's okay, but once the story gets moving, oh my God. Hey Camel says, yeah, move to a 1-story house with better internet to kill 2 bats with 1 stone. Exactly. And yes, Dax, tell them to stop asking me about that game because it gets me going, and I should just be playing it all the time. If the PlayStation was quieter, I'd be playing it right now while I was talking to you. It'd make reading the stories a little more difficult, but I could do it. I don't read that well anyway, so you guys wouldn't even notice a difference. You'd think I was just having a stroke or something. Sorry, I was sending out an invite. So yeah, CNN is this says CNN sued Donald Trump, but I don't think he's actually named. They sued the White House, Sarah Sanders, and the Secret Service agent who took away his press pass. It's funny because it's called a permanent press pass, and he lost it. That's not what that word means. Actually, what they mean by that is that he doesn't have to go in. Jim Acosta can still get into the White House. He can still go in and be part of the daily press briefing, but he has to apply every fucking day, which by the way, he doesn't want to do because he's Jim Acosta and he shouldn't have to do that. CNN is suing Donald Trump after a reporter was banned from the White House following a hostile exchange at a news conference. The president berated political correspondent Jim Acosta, actually was the White House correspondent, during a post-midterms briefing last week, after which the journalist was accused of assaulting an intern who attempted to relieve him of the microphone. Well, he did push her hand away, push her arm away, and there's a little chopping motion Jim made. He was pushing her out of the way so he could keep the mic. Press Secretary Sarah Sanders took aim at Mr. Acosta for, quote, placing his hands on a young woman just trying to do her job as a White House intern. And he later had his press pass revoked. CNN is now suing the president, whose decision the network said violates CNN and Acosta's First Amendment right to due process. Morning, Dax. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good.
How'd you sleep? Did you sleep at all?
Yeah, I got like 6.5, something like that.
Dude, I went to bed like 4, woke up at 8, went to the bathroom, laid back down, said "fuck this, I'm not ready yet," and woke up at 1. So that was one of my better decisions, I think.
Good job.
Back to the story here. Yeah, We have asked this court for an immediate restraining order requiring the pass be returned to Jim and will seek permanent relief as part of this process, it stated. Enough, though, I believe this title is clickbait. No, it's not. Oh, don't you start with that clickbait shit. We actually talked about the guy eating naked ramen. Well, nakedly eating ramen. Yeah. Because naked ramen seems like it wouldn't have any seasoning on it. That's just gross. That's just noodles. Isn't the Fifth Amendment due process? They're suing on First and Fifth Amendment grounds. Yeah. Because he was a dickhole and they took away his press pass. So yeah, that violates his constitutional right to be a dickhole in the White House.
If he wants a mic so bad, he can go buy his own.
Yeah, exactly. He can still cover the White House. There's nothing stopping him from covering the White House at all. He has to, like I said, apply daily if he wants to get into the briefing. But there's the Serenity Lotus's White House did violate the Fifth. No, they didn't.
Most certainly did not.
This wasn't he can still absolutely cover the news. He didn't have his rights taken away. He can still apply for a daily pass. What we're talking about here literally is the fact that he doesn't have to apply for a daily pass with the one they took away from him. He can still do everything he was doing. He wasn't thrown in jail. You try this, Serenity. Go to the White House and demand a permanent press pass. Just tell them you're with the press and see what they say. They'll laugh at you because you don't have a fucking first or Fifth Amendment right here. Yeah, they're suing based on a single line from a 4-decade-old case that is going to get laughed at. It's just going to get laughed at. Naked ramen didn't know naked mole rat as an ingredient. Hey, there's no mole rat in there. It's just regular rat. Fuck off. So Daxy boy, what do you think of Jim Acosta? Do you follow him at all?
I try not to let myself get that stupid.
Oh my god, I love his shit. I follow him constantly.
I usually read what you tweet out from him.
I have a DM I'm actually paying attention to. It's from Bear, so hang on.
Ooh.
Anyway, I should probably shoot him the link just in case he does want to join. I don't know if he's going to, guys, because he's got Ghost Poo coming up soon too. Dax, I don't know if you heard. We're doing old MSS news stories that didn't get covered.
I like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in here. Is this one new? Because there was this problem before. Yeah, this is new. Marine pilot investigated for drawing a giant penis in the sky.
Excellent. I would have done the same thing. He's a fucking hero.
Good morning, Bear.
Good afternoon, or rather evening. This is where Daxy Baby is. Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Yeah. I steal him when I can.
Fair enough, mate. I also like to use him for my morning streams, but he wasn't available this morning, motherfucker.
I was sleeping.
He slept for once,
which I'm having. You used him a couple of hours prior.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that one.
Videos to make.
In October, California. Oh, so this is about that same one. In October, Californians spotted something a little odd, namely a giant penis that had been drawn in the sky. Following their little artistic experiment, 2 Marine Corps pilots were grounded to allow an investigation into the drawing. Major Joseph Patterson, a spokesman for the unit, told the Marine Corps Times the T-34C crew that's being investigated for flying a pattern resembling an obscene image are currently not flying pending the results of an ongoing investigation. Although not flying for some time, the 2 Marine Corps aviators are still providing vital squadron ground support functions. To be fair, it was a pretty good drawing, considering they did it in an aircraft flying at hundreds of miles per hour. Have you guys seen the picture of it?
No, I don't think so.
Hey,
I did see the picture myself. It was in the news last week.
Yeah, this I remember covering this when it came back in October.
Oh, there's a newer one of these, mate.
Well, this is the one that they're talking about in this article.
What are they referencing? The old penis?
Apparently, the penis that's on screen. Why is it not showing on screen?
No, there's a new one. American Jets did it.
Yeah, these are the American Jets. There we go.
Of that penis?
That penis right there.
No, there's a new one. This one's old. This is 2017, dude. There's a new penis.
Oh, that is the old picture. Why are they showing the old picture? Because they said this was from October. Dear God. Let's see. This article is from 11 November 2018. Yeah.
They drew that on Veterans Day.
Oh, okay. You know what? Here we go, Barrett. This is not the first time U.S. pilots have been grounded for pulling a phallic stunt. In November of last year, an air crew who flew a Navy warplane into the shape of a penis over Washington were grounded. So yeah, that's not the new picture. They have a satellite drawing of it, basically.
Yes. It made me laugh because they spun around a few times, didn't they, in the same spot, and then they tried to draw it properly.
I just think it's awesome that they're drawing dicks with our tax money.
I'm okay with that.
Me too. Seriously, you know what? These guys, these are your warriors, and you need to give them some time to blow off steam. It's a fucking penis. If you're worried about what to tell your kids, tell them it's a rocket ship. It's in the air, for fuck's sake.
It's like lots of fun things are phallic shaped, including penises.
You were in the Navy, Bear.
That's correct.
Compared to the jokes and stuff you heard and stuff, how tame is a dick in the sky?
Oh, that's fucking zero, mate. That's zero compared to that was done to me.
There you go.
Oh, I think the Navy would always call all the airmen in the sky dicks.
We call our Air Force crabs.
I bet you most of the superior officers who are having to deal with this are laughing their asses off privately. Because
sniggering.
Yeah, they're like, guys, you fucking assholes. Why are you making us do this? That was funny, but don't do it again. It's just a dick in the sky. People are so fucking sensitive these days.
There's nothing really.
It's not. It's a fucking dick in the sky.
Would have been funny if they put pubes in the balls as well. I made some cum come out the dick.
If they were able to put just like a little tip at it at the end of it, that would have been awesome.
I don't even know how they would do it, but no.
Go supersonic. Yeah, I don't know.
I've misplaced all of my lighters.
How'd you do that?
I must have put them all in the kitchen. Oh, how down.
Monica Lewinsky keeps coming up, and I'm not talking about her anymore. Other than to say, and I mentioned this last night, because we talked yesterday about how she found the stain on her dress, and they didn't really ever explain. Another article I read said that she took the dress out to wear it for Thanksgiving. And when she took it out of the closet, she thought maybe it was spinach dip. Maybe she had spilled spinach dip on her dress. Which makes me wonder what the hell is wrong with Bill's dick. That old spooge looks like spinach dip.
Oh, no. Looking like ranch and shit.
Oh, there shouldn't be specks in it.
It's got bits in it. It's like the pulp in the orange juice carton.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Okay, I get sometimes women like they'll wear a dress for like a few hours and hang it back up, but that's nasty, woman. You had that hanging in your closet for a while. And then didn't get it cleaned and thought, oh, you know what? This is the dress I blew him in.
Oh, I remember that dress.
And where was the stain that you thought it could have been spinach dip? Because I always imagined it, because I don't think I've ever actually seen. I just always, like imagined it like on the shoulder for some reason.
Should be in the hair, really.
It should have been. He should have hit her right in the eye. She should have had to. You don't leave evidence on the dress. But yeah, she thought it was. That she might have build spinach dip, and it turned out to be his spooge. That's nasty.
I think
That's-
that's crusty it'd be.
Oh, confirms a lot of things people have said about Bill over the years, though.
It would have picked up dust as well.
Here's another wonderful story. Man crashed pickup into Mississippi courthouse to tell authorities his drug paraphernalia was stolen. Nope, thank you. Britain still has an air force. Are you sure that won't cause security concerns and unrest among certain sections of the community?
Very funny.
Do you guys have a license for that air force?
Yes.
Bad license joke. Bad monkey.
So we had the license for that for the Air Force from around the 1930s or whatever, along with radar. Yeah,
you guys were you had the Spitfires, the coolest military planes ever,
and Hurricanes. I like sometimes we still have them, and they still get flown every year or once a year or so often.
Really cool. The second coolest, because the Tomcat, the F-14 was amazing. Sorry, that did it. I'll do it. Weebs, hello. No, we're not talking about Monica again. We only talked about her briefly to bring up the spinach dip. Spinach dip Clinton. Gulfport, Mississippi. A man has been arrested after he drove his pickup truck into the court. Why would you drive? Okay, anyway. News outlet reported that Gulfport Police Department said in a news release that 28-year-old Keith Cavalier told officers he intentionally crashed into the Harrison County Courthouse early Saturday because it was the best way to let them know his drug paraphernalia had been stolen.
I have so many nice things to say to this man.
That was the best way he could think of. He's been charged with driving under the influence and malicious mischief because of damage to the building.
Malicious mischief?
Yeah, it's like driving around with a deployed airbag.
I like that. I was arrested for malicious mischief.
Are you surprised to find out he was drunk? I'm not.
No. Of course not.
It ends the story saying county offices were closed Monday for Veterans Day. Oh, maybe that's why he did it. Because everything was closed. So he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I gotta get news somehow. Opinionated Scotsman said, what drugs was he on? It doesn't say in the article, actually. It doesn't even say what he claimed was stolen, just that some of it was stolen.
Wow.
It was probably under the seat of his truck, whatever it was. I love people sometimes.
Probably like crack or something, meth or whatever.
I'm betting meth. What is it? Was it Mississippi? Where in Mississippi was this? Gulfport. Yeah, that's a meth head. That's a meth head. He's probably making it himself and lost his pipe. So, Bear, how are you today?
Oh, I was just got me thinking about Spitfires now. Oh, I'm all right, mate. Thank you very much for asking. Back to normal, body reset, and
cool.
Back on the single pill a day. So, yeah.
I saw Vanilla Bear was on your ass yesterday, making you take care of yourself. Good for her.
Yeah, she weren't the only one. A bunch of internet mothers now.
Well, that's a good thing. I mentioned to Lady Monkey that Vanilla Bear had you on timeout, and she goes, "Why?" So the same reason you do it to me. Don't pretend you've never done that shit to me. Could be a cheaper version of Back to the Future 2. Oh God, I love our chat.
How about you, Monkey?
I held the baby last night, and it's getting depressing to me. Anytime I hold her, I'm in pain for like 2 days, and she got a bad grandpa. She got a broken one. Little butt got me before I was broken, so I got a lot more time with her, and it just makes me feel sad.
Do you know like sit still with the baba?
Yeah, but you still have to move them and stuff.
Well, yeah,
and any picking her up I went to pick her up this morning because I went up there and sat with her while her mom had to do a couple of things, and I went to pick her up and felt her slide, so I immediately put her back down. Sucks. What is this? Women's 2016. Let me read the whole title name when you're showing me this shit. 2016 Facebook post leads to Michigan's successful strike down of gerrymandering. Oh, so some bitch was whining on there about how the districts are redrawn and got them. Okay, nobody cares. Fuck you, lady.
Shout out to Susan Wojcicki for trying to save European YouTube creators.
Did you read that shit though?
Well, I've done videos on Article 11 and 13, mate. Susan's actually been in contact with various groups and trying to work with the EU to tell them to fuck off.
But she's not exactly. If you read her post that she made the other day, she's not looking out for you and me.
Oh, of course she's not.
She's looking out for YouTube. What she wants is YouTube not to be held responsible for you and me fucking up. She even says in there that I support what they're doing. But what she wants is that her problem is that the way Article 13 is written right now, if you and me uploaded videos that had content that wasn't really ours, YouTube could be held responsible for that. She doesn't want YouTube held responsible.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I don't care what her intentions are as long as she fucking saves us.
Yeah, I don't think she will though. I think what's going to end up happening. Well, see, you guys are good. You're getting out of the EU, right?
Wow, you say that now.
Wasn't there a draft resolution the other day?
Well, there was several emergency meetings this morning and last night. Theresa May's checkers plan basically turns us into a fucking vassal state. It's the same bullshit that she tried to put out last time when the EU actually rejected it. If she carries on the way that she is, she's going to get ousted.
I just
being ousted.
Can I just say that I love that the EU can reject that? We're leaving. No, you're not. This is what we're. No, you're not. Hey, what you guys need to do?
So much that they're rejecting us leaving.
No,
it's them rejecting the deal of leaving.
Here's what y'all need to do. This is what we did back in 1776. You need to just start shooting at these motherfuckers until they go away, until they say, "All right, we'll leave you guys alone," and you'll be fine. Trust me, it worked out well for us.
They need more than that.
No, the Brexit thing, yeah. The EU is going to try to fuck you guys as hard as they can. They're going to, because that's what they need you.
Mm-hmm.
They need you way
more than what they give to us.
Yeah, they need you way more than you need them.
Call their bluff. Just leave. See how fast that they come crawling back to you. Like, we're sorry. We'll take the deal.
Would you like to know how much it costs to be a part of the membership?
You've told me before, but tell the audience.
£9 billion a year.
Yeah.
And what does that get us? Well, that gets us access to the single market. And it also allows them to dictate a bunch of laws and a bunch of other shit and give some of the money back for funding towards science. That's one of the reasons why Thunderfoot is so pro fucking EU, fucking long-haired faggot.
Yeah, because you guys couldn't do that yourselves. It's not like, I mean, the United States doesn't give any money to science because we're not part of the EU.
Yeah, I know. It's almost as if we could use that 9 billion for other things, like science or the crumbling NHS or, anything else. But it's all over the media this morning. The media think that she's going to be ousted, and I hope that she is. But at the same time, that presents, either way, it presents a problem. No matter what happens, it presents a problem. Because she's going to fuck up. The EU's not going to play ball with her.
No.
And, if she's ousted or if she's seen to be continued to fuck up by the coalition of the DUP, that's the Northern Irish Party, and of course the Brexiteers amongst all the other parties, this will probably cause a snap general election and the Conservatives will not fucking win.
Yeah, what y'all need to do is just you need to pull a Trump. You guys really need a Trump over there.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
You guys, when the NAFTA thing was going on, and Trump's like, "We're not doing this anymore," and they're like, oh, "You're gonna piss off Canada," and Trump's like, "I don't give a fuck." The Mexicans were like, "We'll do whatever you want," and Canada's like, "We're gonna stand against." Oh, the deadline's coming up. Yeah, where do you want us to sign? Because we have the money, dicks.
We purchase more from the European markets than what we sell.
Because you guys have the money. Everybody else in the EU is going fucking broke. We see it all the time. You guys need a Trump. That's what you really need. Somebody who just stands up and goes.
Brings up a point. Well, actually, I don't know.
What's that?
He said, doesn't the deal mean that Dublin has more say over Northern Ireland than London does? We actually gave up our right to veto many sort of policies and stuff within the EU. I don't know if the Irish have a seat at that table. I don't know what their crack is, because they themselves had a referendum not so long ago, and they kept having it until they got the correct answer.
Well, plus with the EU, and I've read about this before, that this is the part that I don't like about the EU, other than it being just ridiculous. They can, the EU themselves, the governing body, can say, here's something we want to do, and everybody votes on it. And if the vote doesn't go the way they want, they're just like, fuck it, we're not going to pay attention to the vote. That's not how governance should work. And if I was a member state and they pulled that shit, I'd be, even if I agreed with them, I'd be like, no, because I don't want you doing that on something I like.
Yeah, it's we have a lot of issues. I mean, our kind of Trump moment can't happen in the same manner because we don't do politics in the same way. We do party politics, not sort of individuals, unfortunately. But I think if we continue to be fucked and the other parties don't revolt, then I could see potential rioting over this, and of course that'd be led by people like Nigel Farage, Tommy Robinson, and those kind of guys.
I just hope you guys get out before Article 13, because then it doesn't. That's something that confuses me. With some of the deals, would you guys still be like beholden to Article 13?
Depends on the deals that we agree to before we leave.
Yeah. You should tell them to get fucked. That's it. Just say.
If we go the way Theresa May wants us to, then yeah, we will be beholden to it.
Yeah, fuck that. You guys should be able to make up your own laws.
Yeah, we should be. I completely agree.
Did you see there's new worry about how Tide is being sold? Tide. Remember kids were eating Tide Pods?
Oh yeah.
Well, Tide has come out with this new box, and people are really worried that kids are going to see this as like wine in a box. Tide just announced the new alternative to the classic bottle of laundry detergent. It basically looks and works just like wine, like a box of wine, which is sort of funny because of that whole meme about teens eating Tide Pods. But the new Tide Echo box is no joke. It's actually a glimpse into the future of where Amazon is dictating what our stuff looks like. Because, you know what, having in all seriousness, that this is better for the environment, and I'm not some fucking hippie, guys, but if we can sell stuff in cardboard rather than plastic, that's better for us. It really is, because that breaks down.
Rehugger.
I will kick you.
If you think you can catch me, monkey.
I couldn't catch you, but I could wait till you came back. I will draw a dick in the sky above your house. How about that?
I'd be very appreciative. I'd go out, take a picture, upload it to Twitter and everything. Like monkey left me in prison.
We were just talking about these people the other day. There was a story was it Sweden, where people, they weren't allowed to name their child Harrison, I think it was.
Harrison?
No, it was something that also is a surname. Duck Dog, thank you. Y'all motherfuckers need Jesus in ways you don't even understand. I need him to come trim my yard. Just saying. But when we were talking about that, Ford. Yes, thank you guys. That's the name. It was Ford. They wanted to name his first name Ford, and the Swiss Swedes, whoever, told him, no, you can't do that, because one of their rules is that you can't name a child a name that's a surname.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. But when we were talking about that, somebody said something to the effect, that wouldn't happen here. In America, we've done that before. We've told people, well, not in that exact manner, but we've told them that they couldn't name their child Hitler. And they'd had two other children that they'd named something horrible. I forget what it was. And they had them taken away, and then Hitler was taken away from them. But apparently they've been convicted. Maybe this was you guys. Yeah, it was apparently. A British Army veteran who tried to recruit for national action from within the armed forces was jailed.
On Ghost Poo on Monday. Yeah. Sorry, carry on.
No, I'm just bringing it up because it happened to be something we were talking about. Yeah, this guy, trying to name his fucking kid Hitler.
Oh, you gotta love white nationalists.
Oh, they're fucking douche. They're dumbasses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's a good article. Is it legal for your boss to make you wear a bra to work?
If they establish a dress code.
Well, I'm still. How do you know? Maybe she's wearing a really flimsy bra.
Maybe we're hoping she's wearing a real flimsy bra.
Night Ninja says monkey likes paper straws. Confirmed. You know, if they could make one that worked as well as a regular straw, I'd have no reason or no opposition to using it. My opposition is forcing people to use it. That's all. I don't think like those little electric cars that don't run very well. I don't think those should be illegal, and I make fun of somebody driving one. But they can still do some good. So let's have them, but let's make it a fucking choice.
I don't get the whole electric car thing. I've been to gas stations where they have those fucking chargers there, and people have had their cars charged, sort of had a cable rammed into the side of it. And I'm thinking to myself, my phone takes about like an hour to charge all the way fully out. Is that how long they have to wait? They have to wait an hour, 2 hours to charge their car?
Yeah, I have no idea. I don't pay attention to them. Real quick, Toasted, that is a question nobody wants to really address in the government. Why don't we ban people from naming their children Muhammad? Well, look, just because he banged a 9-year-old and started a war and wrote a book that's horrifically violent and tells you to kill people who disagree with you, that's no reason not to name your child after him.
Then do it.
You're not allowed to. I am. I'm in America, bitches.
Oh, you're gonna name your next child Mohammed Hitler, huh?
Yeah, I am. Luckily, there's no more bullets in that gun. Many women dislike wearing bras, but is it inappropriate to go without? Lori explains women's rights. A woman on NetMums that's really a thing. NetMums.
NetMum.
Recently waded into the question many bra-wearing women have pondered. Why am I wearing this? Why? Because it does actually help with like back problems and stuff.
So the girls don't smack you in the face when you move around.
Yeah.
Was the source Mum's Net?
NetMums. It's spelled the British way, not moms, y'all. This is mums.
Scourge of the internet.
Oh shit. Okay, damn it.
In a post titled, "Can I get in trouble for not wearing a bra at work?" a contributor wrote that she finds bras uncomfortable. "I'm not doing this for attention," she wrote. "It's 2018. I shouldn't have to wear something because it will make people feel less comfortable. Stop men looking or just because it's the norm." Look, guys, men don't care if you don't wear a bra. It's the women who bitch about it. And then men have to react because we're the ones in charge.
Men do care.
I care.
I don't care if a woman's not wearing a bra. I like seeing them titties hang.
What if she's 80, dude? Like,
that's what I mean.
So?
You want to see
nipples get hard?
Hanging at the bottom of her dress to the point where she's doing.
I like titties, man. I'm not discriminatory.
Confirmed Monkey wants to see an 80-year-old juicer titty.
Look, old ass, wrinkly, prune-looking titties.
Is it a titty?
It is a titty.
Then I'm willing to look at it.
Well, you were saying you'd bang an abo the other day, so
I would. I absolutely would.
I don't think that you would.
Now, look, here's the thing. Okay, let's say an 80-year-old woman comes into your work and she's not wearing a bra. She goes, sits at her desk. You don't even have to see it most of the day. You go to your boss over there and be like, she ain't got a bra on.
Monkey, it's a health hazard. She could trip over and break her hip.
You're full of shit.
You want that on your conscience, though? It could be true.
I want to see titties somebody could actually trip over, though.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be awesome. But what about women's rights in this area? Can you really get sacked for not wearing a bra? According to Haley Johnson, and remember, guys, this is UK, so if it's a little different than our... well, I was just saying that if the laws are different, if they're like, oh, you can't do that. Remember, it's over there, not over here. They have a little bit different.
Well, I was going to say sacked means fired.
Yes. If someone was dismissed for not wearing a bra at work, that could be discriminatory under current law, she says. I think that would probably be the same here too, because you can't make men wear them. But if somebody challenged that on equal rights grounds, I think they could actually win that. Some very conscientious NetMums users replied to the original post saying they were worried about the lasting effect on dress code policies if women could go braless willy-nilly. One suggested that people would go to work in the nude.
Woo!
No, God damn it. I hate when people do this.
I mean, as long as they don't work in a nursery.
Shit. Saying that a woman doesn't have to wear a bra, because men don't have to wear a bra is not the same as saying, well, women are going to show up naked.
God, I hope so.
Me too. Oh, now you want to see the 80-year-old's titties?
I don't work with 80-year-olds.
Prospero said, now I can add boobs to my title. You're right. I'll have to do that. Boobs, man. Boobs bring views, man. Where was I? If a woman came in wearing no bra and a see-through blouse, that could be a problem, she says. Well, yeah, that would be a fucking problem. It'd be like a dude coming in pants that you can see through. Thank you, Jesse. This bitch is seeking attention. Wear a sports bra to compromise. This is apples versus oranges.
Oh, well, I'm pretty sure they're more like melons.
It's watermelons versus cantaloupes. Pincalo, thank you. I like our laws. Women can go topless since 1993. Yeah.
Monkey, I think I may have some very, very stupid fucking news. I'm just going to confirm whether it's real or not, though.
All right, while you do that, I want to read one more part of this. If a man turned up without underwear and let you know he wasn't wearing it, would he be sent home? I don't think he would. What?
Well, he'd be very uncomfortable depending on the work.
Well, and let you know he wasn't wearing it. So if he walks up to you like, I'm not wearing underwear, you don't think he'd get in trouble?
He's already getting in trouble.
Yeah, it's not. We're not even talking about you can see his junk because it's swinging weird.
Just gonna mute myself real quick, boys. Hold on.
Yeah. Do what you need to do there. Look, this is my thing, and it's been my thing for a long time. And yeah, Jesse, I get your point. I was just having a little fun there. I've always been of the thing that if men can get away with not wearing shirts in public, women should be able to. I have no problem with that.
Sure.
But the majority of people I see that have a problem with that are fucking women.
Mm-hmm.
They're women who bitch about it. I saw a thing just on Twitter today because I forget her name. It's somebody I follow. She asked for help raising money to get her to some con that's coming up. And she made her goal like that. And somebody else is like, they basically called her a whore because she did that. And the guy's like, if she can do it, why can't I? Like, nobody's stopping you, bitch. You're just not going to get as much money because she's more popular. And is it because she's pretty? Maybe. But that's she didn't use anything. She didn't like put up a sexy picture of herself and say, please send me money.
Has she ever put up sexy pictures of herself though?
No, she's put up pictures of herself. I like the one that this guy, because she says, I didn't use sex appeal in this tweet. And the guy came back with a picture of her, I think from Halloween. She's got a little devil's costume on. It's not a slutty devil's costume. It's not like her titties are hanging out. But he's like, never use sex appeal. And she's like, no. She's put up pictures of herself. She doesn't sell like nudes or lewds of herself. It was just some dude bitching because a woman gets more attention than he does. Welcome to the real world. The majority. I'm tired of people bitching about it. Look, let's just make everything equal. Guys and gals can act exactly the same, and everybody has to stop bitching about it. That's my rule.
Would you like to hear some stupid fucking news?
Always.
Brace yourself, because this is especially dumb. Animal rights campaigner who wants to abolish guide dogs as they don't consent to work.
Oh fuck you.
Off.
I just confirmed it was real as well.
Can you link that to me?
She's saying all animals basically as well, like even like sheepdogs and stuff like that. That we've been using animals, and that's the operative word. Stop raping guide dogs, everybody.
Piers Morgan was livid when animal rights campaigner Wendy Turner Webster, enough with 2 last names, just pick one for fuck's sake, said she felt guide dogs should give their consent before becoming working dogs.
That just sounds so dirty.
The Good Morning Britain presenter could not hold back his rage when Wendy said she felt that there were welfare issues within guide dogs.
It's not a post, Lindsay.
She believes a quarter of them do not become guide dogs and are therefore sent into rehoming system, and those which are retired are left with nowhere to go as their owners cannot look after them.
The video in the chat for anyone who wants to watch it.
But Piers
and I just posted a link. What the fuck?
But Piers picked apart her argument and started to focus in on her own consent discussion. He said, "Have you tried to train a dog?" Wendy says she has, but only to sit as it is for her safety. Piers looked dismissive and said, "But did you get your dog's consent to sit to obey human orders? Do you ride a horse? Did you get the horse consent after you to have you charging along on top of it without its consent?" Wendy looked flustered as she said she is responsible with her animals, so it's a different situation. Oh, I bet she's responsible with her animals.
Where's the peanut butter, hon? I don't know where it is.
I know he prefers Skippy.
Bad people.
You've got to be shitting me. Hi, beautiful. Yeah, you two talk for a second.
Hello, Dax.
Hi, Bear.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Also,
Good.
Stop oppressing Goebbels.
Gilbert.
Your doggy.
Yeah, well, he answers to Goebbels or Gilbert.
Yeah. I will never call him his regular name. It's always going to be Goebbels.
That's fair enough, mate. I completely understand. I've just seen Jacob Rees-Mogg's letter to the Prime Minister regarding Brexit. Shit is hitting the fan, it would seem. I really hope that other MPs are also sending letters to her today. Shall I read it?
Please.
I have to read it in his voice. Hold on a second.
Yay.
Oh, Theresa May. No, that's not Theresa. No. I'll just read it in my normal voice. Dear colleagues, like you, I supported the Prime Minister in her early approach to the Brexit negotiations. I agreed with her Lancaster House speech that this should be built around the ability of the United Kingdom to take back control of our laws, borders, and money while safeguarding our precious union. Unfortunately, the proposals for a UK/EU agreement released today do not match up to those early expectations for 4 key reasons. Imagine my shock. 1, the proposed agreement will see the UK hand over £39 billion to the EU for little or nothing in return. The prospect of an agreed free trade agreement is as far away today as it always has been. The 15-page political declaration is neither binding nor clear in its intentions. If it aims to put in place the Chequers proposal, it is neither workable nor respectful of the referendum result. In the absence of a trade agreement, we should spend our money on our own priorities. For instance, £39 billion could pay for 26,000 nurses for 40 years. 2, the proposed agreement would treat Northern Ireland differently than the rest of the UK. This is unacceptable to unionists, particularly in Northern Ireland and Scotland, where the SNP will seek to demand similar internal UK borders to weaken the union. #fuck the SNP. 3, this agreement will lock us into an EU customs union and EU laws. This will prevent us pursuing a UK trade policy based around our priorities and economy. Without the ability to regulate our own economy and form our own trade agreements, we will lose out on the opportunities that Brexit affords us, meaning that we wouldn't be able to establish trade deals with you guys, for example, or Australia or New Zealand, or other nations that have come out and said, yo, Britain, fam, we'll give you a trade deal, innit? 4, agreeing to be subject to the rules of the EU customs union in contravention of the 2017 Conservative Manifesto without any votes or influence is profoundly undemocratic. This is compounded by the lack of any ability for the UK to unilaterally escape making the UK a permanent rule taker, basically making us a bitch.
Aren't you, though?
In recent years, we at least had some say. We could still veto various things.
Not anymore.
David Cameron handed that shit over when he tried to deal with these fuckheads.
And of course, I mean, what?
His closing sentence is, "For these reasons, I cannot support the proposed agreements in Parliament and would hope that Conservative MPs would do likewise. Yours, Jacob Rees-Mogg, MP." Yeah. So hopefully there will be a rebellion within the Conservative Party overnight, and they'll boot her the fuck out.
As she deserves.
Mm-hmm. And then what they need to do is then hold a Conservative, what you guys would call a primary, but they'll just hold a leadership race, and then whoever's most fit for Brexit should take over. My prediction for that would be, of course, Boris Johnson.
Johnson would be okay.
He is a Brexiteer. I'm not massively keen on the guy, but there's not really many other choices. I mean, there's Philip Hammond. I'm fairly sure he's a fucking Ramona. Michael Gove has been weakened recently. There's Ian Duncan Smith, possibly, although I really wouldn't like him to be sort of up for election. Jacob Rees-Mogg is a backbencher and wouldn't be seen to have the proper experience, so it probably would be Boris Johnson. And I think this would result in a snap general election, which I think the Labour Party would win. Otterface predicts one before 2020. I predict a snap general election within the next 6 months. I just got tickets to see the fucking Spice Girls, for fuck's sake.
Mel C for the win.
But yes, that's the current state of things. Corbyn would be very smart to jump on this shit now.
Yeah, but do you think he's actually going to do it?
Well, I mean, one of his MPs did broach the topic today at Prime Minister's questions, which I'm surprised there wasn't more of, to be quite frank. But we'll see how things go. I guess we'll see how things go. I guess it depends what the Conservatives do. If the Conservatives start fucking shitting all over May and kick her the fuck out, they'll hold a vote of no confidence. They'll boot her out, and then Corbyn may jump. Then we'll see what happens.
Sorry about that, guys. Had to fill Lady Monkey in on the whole internet situation. Real quick, over on the Streamlabs. Thank you, Sir Wolfgang. Keep up the good work, dude. You make my boring job better. Well, that's very kind of you to say, and that's why I do this, to entertain. I don't always hit the mark, but that's why I bring on people like Bear and Dax, because they're much more entertaining than me.
I don't think so.
I'm being humble here, dude.
Yeah, and I'm being honest.
No, you guys are great. That's why I don't bring boring people on.
I know. I don't need to be told. I know.
All I can hear is the sad music from like Snoopy. It's like ba, 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 ba.
ABC News, is it Trump trashes the same ABC? Oh no, okay, we did read that one. I want to read this one again here because we briefly talked about it I think yesterday. I don't know if you saw this, Bear. You know, we've talked about a lot about how the press is really unfair to Trump, right?
Mm-hmm.
This story, ABC trashes Trump with the same story they had to correct hours earlier.
They're geniuses.
When Donald Trump trashes the fake news media, it's stories like these that completely reinforce his rhetoric. In this particular case, it's ABC News that's at fault. And to be clear, this is certainly not the first time ABC has been biased or misleading in their coverage of Trump, of course, because they're a news outlet in the United States. But this may be one of the most egregious cases of ABC News letting its bias show. As you might have heard by now, Trump canceled a trip to a World War I cemetery in France where American soldiers were buried. This caused all sorts of uproar from the president's staunchest critics. Of course, anti-Trump mainstream media outlets pounced on the narrative. NBC, for instance, headlines its story, about its decision as that creates a storm of its own. That sentence could have been written better. Granted, the mainstream media news outlets framed it as, look at all these people whose opinions were tactically approving by reporting on it. But even tacit approval, God damn it, or acknowledgement of opinions like the aforementioned tweets is distasteful at best and not quite the unbalanced journalism as it's being, unbiased journalism as it's being presented. To its credit, the AP did issue a correction, which ABC also posted.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, this story should have made clear that the Marine Corps and the White House Military Office made the determination to ground the president's helicopter due to bad weather. The military office then presents the recommendations to the White House in collaboration with the Secret Service. So there you have it. All of this brouhaha over Trump's cancellation of the trip to the World War I memorial should be moot. Because it wasn't him. It's not like he went, I don't want to go see them.
Yes, it was all over the media. Apparently, everyone was making fun of him for not wanting to stand out in the rain.
Yeah, and the truth is, it was not even his doing. And even after ABC posted that correction, the same correction the AP used, they ran another article saying he just didn't do it.
You know, it really does aggravate me. I've said this about 1,000 fucking times since Trump's inception. There are things that you can criticize the man for.
Sure.
Instead, you're criticizing him for the type of toilet roll that he likes to use. It's fucking pathetic.
We've said this so many times. Stop making me defend him. Mm-hmm. If you want to point out something that he did that's actually stupid, by all means, let's discuss that.
Mm-hmm.
But when you do something like this, clearly not his doing. But yeah, you make me defend him, and then you're like, why are you defending Trump? Well, because you're lying. I'm not so much defending Trump as I'm pointing out you're a fucking liar.
Yeah,
I think it's okay to lie about him because in the end they win. They're just so right that it doesn't matter that they got to fib a little bit as long as the ends justify the means.
This is another one we did cover on Lords of the Night, but we talked about the original story much more on this show. So let's go over this. Victoria's Secret executive apologizes for saying transgender models not fit for fashion show. I want to show you guys a picture.
Is it dirty?
Well, not exactly.
Are there any boobs involved?
Kind of. I mean, she's skinny, so she got little titties.
Victoria,
not real tits. Moving on.
No, do you see where I have the pointer right there?
You're pointing at her vag.
Yeah.
Or the lack thereof.
If there was a transgender model wearing this outfit, standing like that.
Oh yeah.
They got to have a serious tuck job if that were to work.
You have to have it like all the way up in your butt crack and taped down. That's the only way you're getting. And then still your nuts are going to hang out the sides there. And it's look, I
Buffalo Bill that shit.
Not everybody fits in everything. My American friend said that the Trump explanation is Russian bots and propaganda. What? Was your American friend drunk at the time?
Well, Jim Healis does bring up a good point. They could be post-op.
Now, okay, if they're post-op, that's different. And even then, I mean, if Victoria's Secret doesn't want them in their fashion show, that they don't need them in their fashion show. But if it's especially pre-op, they're not going to fit in this stuff.
Aren't all of these sort of, model agencies and fashion outlets, like, they're notorious for being cunts, right?
Yeah.
With women in particular.
It's
too much meat on you. Get the fuck out, you fat cow.
Look, we did discuss that because one of the things he also said that he got in trouble for is that they don't do plus size models in this show, and that's his. They're right if they don't want to have fucking plus size models or even. But we all agreed that the women in their shows need to eat just put on 5-10 pounds. They would look better because they kind of look like refugees. they look like refugees in good makeup and high quality bras and panties. Ooh, do you think one of the girls in the Victoria's Secret fashion show could come to work without a bra on?
Would you notice?
No, because they're flat chested as fuck.
Yeah.
It's amazing how being that skinny will make your boobies go away.
I like a bit of meat.
Me too. I do. I like some curves on my women.
Mm.
If they are built like a 13-year-old boy, I have no interest in them.
Because then I'm reminded of a 13-year-old boy.
Actually, seeing as we're on the topic of that, let's talk about your tweet exchange with Mr. Lozar on Twitter.
Oh, that fucking moron.
Mr. Loser? I mean, what?
Let's do it.
So I didn't get the full context of it.
Okay.
And I'd like to know. Would you like to know more? Guess I would. Yeah.
Here's you want to get me all ranty is what you want to do.
Oh yeah, baby.
I mean, live your namesake.
Let me
I just want to hear. I just want to hear what happened before I go.
Okay, so this girl, whose real age I've heard various things for. We'll get to that in a second. But she tweeted out a little video of herself, and in the tweet she wrote, "I'm a 13-year-old girl." I forget that's the part that I remember verbatim, and then the rest of it is something like, "I want men to come on me."
Okay.
And I said, and I tweeted at Jack at Twitter and Twitter support, pedo much? And some people took offense at that because they say this girl is either not really 13, she's either 16 or 25. And my argument is, I don't give a fuck. She's peddling pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not she's actually 13 is entirely beside the point.
Immaterial.
She posted up there, "I'm 13, come on me."
Yeah, I see where you're coming from, mate.
And then we had Rin up there who's like, "Well, pedophiles can't help who they're attracted to." I don't give a fuck. You know what they can do? Help who they're putting their hands on. I'm attracted to a lot of people I don't just go up and touch. You know why? Because that's illegal.
It normalizes it.
It does. It's exactly what it does. And them sitting there, I told you get me fucking ranting.
Just like, they go onto their Twitter accounts or whatever, and they see that, and they're like, "Oh, so this is now acceptable."
Well, there's two things. Let's say that she's the 25, where she's actually legal, because they kept making the argument like, well, they have not kid play, but teen play on like Pornhub. And I'm like, yeah, and if you look at those, not that I ever have, every one of them like barely legal, just turned 18. It's always they're 18.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, "Oh, look, she's 13, come," because that's fucking disgusting.
The whole 18-year-old thing is just that little bit of risque on it. It's like, oh, naughty, but it's also legal, so it's okay.
But here's the other thing. This girl, if this shit was allowed to stay, she would get a lot of attention for it. And then you might have an actual 13-year-old girl go, "Look, I could get a lot of attention if I just wrote that on my thing." And then you have an actual 13-year-old doing it. Now, that's not my only problem here. My other problem is the just absolute grossness of using that as a way to get views, as a way to get followers on fucking Twitter. "Hey, I'm an underage girl you can come on. You want to come hang out with me?" That's fucking disgusting. And anybody who's defending it in any way, go fuck it. It's fucking gross.
It's a form of age play, is what it is.
It's not age play where she looks like she could actually be 13, and it's in her thing she says, "I'm 13."
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'm sorry.
I still view it as I don't condone it, obviously. There was a video I did not that long ago from Barcroft TV on my second channel, sort of reaction channel, when there was a age play thing, and the girl was playing, the woman was playing, like a 4 or 5-year-old. And they said it wasn't sexual, but I'm over here like, it fucking is sexual.
I want to address something that Tom just asked. It's gross, but is it free speech? I've always said my line for free speech is like actual criminal behavior, especially when it deals with kids.
Mm-hmm.
And no, that's not free speech. That is that's inviting pedophilia. And the other thing, because Rin's argument before Losar ever jumped in was these guys can't help who they're attracted to. So this kind of thing helps them not actually touch children. Well, if they know that she's not an actual child, then they're not going to be attracted to her anyway, because that's what it is for them. It's that they are children, not that they might look like children, that they are. So she actually compared it to video games. Just I've shot a lot of people in video games, and that stops me from doing other stuff. Which, by the way, you need to get some fucking help, because if the only thing keeping you from killing people is that you're playing a video game, I don't want to see what happens when the power goes out. Look, I might take some of my frustrations out in video games, but I've never not killed somebody because I was able to play a video game.
Yeah, you can't use that argument, especially when, you know, the fact that the correlation between violence and video game has been debunked time and time again.
Now you lost me again. Inviting pedophilia sounds like hate speech invites violence. No. If I say, what's a good hate speech thing? Oh, here's one. Let's say I say, I wish that little kid would have broke his neck so he doesn't grow up to rape white girls. That's not actually inviting somebody to go kill a little kid. When you're saying, I'm a 13-year-old who wants cummed on, that's actual pedophilia you're talking about there. That is saying, let's be illegal. And anybody who didn't know her real age, which most people didn't, and still nobody can tell me her actual age. For all I know, she actually is 13.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure, please.
And it's not a gotcha moment. It's a genuine thing.
Go ahead.
You remember when Amos Yee turned up, right? Started wanting to, hey, you fucking guy. I wanted to debate everybody about, you know, consent and all that kind of shit, and whether kids can consent. Him having those debates with people, do you see that as like free speech?
Having the debates, yes. It is free speech. It's disgusting free speech, and I don't think that you need to say much more to far too many people spent way too much time talking to him. All you have to do is go, no, children can't consent. They're not able to, and that's pretty much the end of it. And people wanted to get into actual deep discussions with him over it. But it was still free speech. He wasn't saying, he never actually said, go out there and have sex with a child. He was arguing for things like lowering the age of consent, and saying really stupid shit like, well, no, there were times I think he went over the line. Like when he said that if you put your dick in a baby's mouth and it sucks it, that's consent. That is going over the line.
That's disgusting.
That's when
I always felt like Amos Yee, what he was doing never really fell under the banner of free speech. I feel like he was advocating and trying to convince people that it's okay to fuck kids. It
depends on which part of the argument you're talking about, I would say. Because if he's just talking about, look, we should lower the age of consent, that's an argument. Put your dick in a baby's mouth, that is not. That is going way over the line. Yeah.
What the fuck? Nothing for you here.
What?
Look what he said in the chat.
Oh, Irate Bear. Yeah, I would actually agree with that sentiment, but yeah, I just what this bitch did with look, it was a clear violation of it, and in my opinion, it was criminal behavior. We actually had laws for a long time, where the porn industry absolutely had to prove how old somebody was in their things. So even if they had the age play, you know, there was documentation about how old it was. And by the way, I don't have a problem with those laws. They got struck down for some reason. I can't remember what. But you can't compare, you know, look, this girl's obviously older than 18. I mean, for fuck's sake, she's got saggy titties already. To somebody, it's not the same. It's not the same. What this bitch was doing was horrendous, and I'm glad she got her account suspended.
Good. Gobshot. I'm gonna go anyway.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be going here. I want to cover like one or two more stories, but yeah, thanks for hanging out. We'll catch up sometime and talk because I know we need to have a discussion. So
Yes, mate. Have a good stream. Goodbye, everyone in the chat, and Dax.
Thanks.
See you soon, baby.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
see ya. Let's see. Oh, that's an ad. I'm like, why did somebody send me an article about Crown Royal being served on ice? They actually stick
I would
ads.
serve it on ice.
They stick ads in our MSS News thing, man.
That's
So you're
ridiculous.
it is. It's annoying. Let's do one or two more, and then we'll wrap this up. Since it was such a late show, I don't want to go too long because, like I said, Ghost Poo comes up at 5:30. I think they're on Drunkle's channel today. So you guys can watch that, and then tonight 9 will be on my channel for the regular Lords of the Night stream. Like I said, there was just some of these. We missed so many of these great stories because of the one person rule. So. I'm just scrolling through. Dax, talk while I'm looking for stuff.
So, how many people wish Red Dead Redemption would lose in all the game awards ever?
No, it should definitely win. I don't even care. Somebody told me, was it you that told me that I didn't play God of War, but that should get it?
No, I didn't say it.
Okay, somebody said that, and I couldn't remember who. And then told me it's a great game. I'm sure it is a great game. It's not the kind of game I play, but I'm sure from what I've heard, it's a great story and stuff. Red Dead deserves it. Rockstar did it again. They knocked out a wonderful story. I didn't much care for the story in GTA 5. They lost me by the end of it. It's like I don't even care anymore.
Really? I liked it.
Nah, by the end, I just really didn't. It didn't mean much to me. It's not like in say San Andreas where there was a reason you were doing everything that kept pushing you forward. This one just seemed like every time things looked okay, they would throw something at you because they had to. I'm not finding any other stories that I really want to cover. Okay, so we'll do one other thing. We are going to go to my favorite source and see what is going on with the New York Post today.
Ooh, New York Post.
They're like tabloid, but they're like tabloid light. That's what I call them.
It's apt.
The cake is a lie. I know it's a quote aside from. Wait. What's going on? I think Amos said to Dapperton that he will fuck his child. I don't remember if he actually said that. I'm remembering correctly. He said he didn't say he actually would. He skirted the line. Like I said, with him, the shit like because he did say if you put your dick in a baby's mouth and it sucks it, then that's its consent. If it pulls away, that's it saying no. And it might not even been in his mouth if you put it in it. Yeah, it was his phrasing. Yeah, so fuck that guy. Wow. Police find 44 dead dogs, 130 more living in deplorable condition in woman's home.
That annoys me.
Yeah, look, I understand wanting to help dogs and cats, but when you get to the point you can't take care of them, you're not helping them. Just throwing them in a house is they're probably better off in the wild at that point. I'm not going to read that story because it'll piss me off.
Mm-hmm.
Death toll in California is up to 48 for the fires. Jesus,
yeah.
I did see. Who was it? Somebody suggested that the fires in California have something to do with the election. And this was a conservative. I forget who it was. I'm like, are you out of your mind? Like it was some kind of distraction from election meddling. Yeah, they set the entire state of California on fire so they could fake some ballots.
Oh, I heard it was a one of those energy weapons tests.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where they saw an energy beam or something come down and it wasn't lightning, and it's just fucking stupid.
Well, they are pretty sure that the one fire was started by an electrical spark from a power station or from power lines.
Sure.
Which is bad because you're maybe clear the trees from around the power lines if that's going to be a problem. Yeah, Bill Mitchell, that's who it was, Jacob. Thank you. Bill Mitchell's the one who suggested that the fire was a distraction, a purposeful distraction. Amazon is apparently building a new building in New York. A lot of companies or a lot of cities were vying for it, and now there's a whole bunch of people who have opinions on whether or not it's a good or bad thing.
It's always a good thing. They're going to give like 50,000 jobs or something like that just on one site.
Well, the problem is they're going to get tax breaks, so that's not fair.
Oh, please. That's how you incentivize big companies to come into an area.
Yeah, you're going to give. How many jobs is that going to get? We're going to the opinion piece called New York City shouldn't be begging Amazon for new jobs. Amazon is a company for the 21st century, but New York is stuck in the past. The more than 1.5 billion in direct tax breaks and grants the state is offering Amazon to create jobs here, $48,000 a job, would be fine if this were 1978, not 2018. Back then, Gotham's biggest problem was the loss of hundreds of thousands of good-paying jobs as companies and people fled a failing city. It's the opposite today. We have more jobs and people than our subway, parks, and schools can handle. You have more jobs than your subways can handle.
The hell?
More jobs than their parks can handle.
Why is my boss calling me?
After you tell him no.
Yeah, I'm not going to answer it. They can leave a voicemail. I got 2 days left, God damn it. I'm not going back.
After a year-long beauty pageant during which Amazon auditioned dozens of cities to locate a second headquarters away from its home base of Seattle, we won. That means at least 25,000 new jobs for Gotham. Stop calling it that.
I was just thinking that too.
Excuse me. Which, you know, call it that once during your article, but then, go back to New York City, for fuck's sake. Which Amazon says will pay an average of more than $150,000 apiece. Beware of the averages. If the company's like a bank, a few extremely high pay, it's still the average. I mean, an average of 25,000 people making $150,000 apiece, that's a lot of tax revenue that's coming in. For most cities, this would be a big deal. Boston, for example, a generally healthy city with a big tech center, has nearly 1.7 million private sector jobs. It has gained 200,000 jobs in the past 10 years, adding another 25,000 over a decade. The amount of time Amazon has to hire folk would be 13%. But what is your point, bitch? You're saying that having good new jobs. Flair Fritz, thank you. I'm here really late clickbaiting again, monkey. No, there was actually a story about a guy who broke into a bodega and ate ramen after he took off all his clothes. And they only found it by accident. They were investigating another crime when they found it.
So lovely.
But this is not worth $2 billion in lost tax money. Okay, here's the thing, sweetie. If they never came in, you wouldn't get any tax money from them. You wouldn't get any of the jobs. You wouldn't get any of the sales tax these people are going to spend their money on. None of the city tax that they're going to spend it on. None of the whatever tax Amazon does end up spending there. So you didn't lose $2 billion. You didn't lose a fucking thing. And chances are, if they used whatever site that is for other businesses, they would have done the same thing and given them incentives to come there. God, I fucking hate people who don't understand how the system works. They piss me off, man.
Do you think they intentionally chose Cortez's district for that?
No, I think because isn't she part of? Isn't that Queens?
I'm not
I can't
entirely
remember.
sure. All I heard is that it was in her district.
Yeah, the area she's from. I mean, it's been having it's been a she plays it up as like she's this poor working girl, like her mom had to scrub floors for a living and shit, and it's not like that. I think they just went for they wanted a big city. They wanted it to be in a metro hub like that. One, for the people, they needed to have people to come fill these jobs. Two, just to have the name. Whether people like it or not, saying you have a business that's headquartered in New York City, that means something to people.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it was because of her. I think, as far as I understand it, she wasn't even happy about it, was she?
No.
Yeah. Here's a good. This will be our last one, guys, and then we're gonna wrap this up. It's clear Facebook fired this exec for being pro-Trump. Facebook denies it pushed top exec Palmer Luckey out of the door for being publicly pro-Trump, but that's clearly what happened. Make your case. I want to hear this.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Because I can see it, but you need to have something more than just that's what I say because I believe it. Let's see. As Monday's Wall Street Journal reported, Facebook's internal message boards turned red with fury over Lucky's 10 grand donation to anti-Hillary Clinton group at the height of the 2016 campaign. According to emails the journal unearthed, top management, apparently all the way up to Mark Zuckerberg, got Lucky to publicly endorse Libertarian candidate Gary Johnson, which Silicon Valley could apparently stomach. But the exec has actually been a Donald Trump fan since reading The Art of the Deal as a teen. He credits it with inspiring him to become an entrepreneur who co-founded Oculus, the virtual reality firm that Facebook bought when it brought him in.
Nice.
He even wrote Trump a letter in 2011 urging him to run for president. And when Lucky said as much to an interviewer, Facebook put him on leave while it, quote, investigated. Months later, he was, what? Is that true? Months later, he was fired, albeit with a hefty termination package as his contract required. Again, Facebook insists unequivocally that Palmer's departure was not due to his political views. Yet the evidence clearly supports the very different take of another ex-employee, a former senior engineer. Facebook has a, quote, political monoculture that's intolerant of different views. Okay. Did they investigate him for that comment to this interviewer? Or did he say something else to him? I'm gonna have to look that up because that seems.
There's got to be more to it than that.
They can't have just put him on leave and investigated him because he said he wrote a letter to Trump in 2011.
No.
What's going on in chat here?
I don't know. I'm kind of distracted. I'll be perfectly honest.
Well, I saw somebody say ignore somebody. They're just being a troll or something like that. Oh, Toasted, what are you doing, man?
Causing trouble again.
Behave yourself. Who is it? What's this guy's name? Okay, I got to look this up while we're here. I did see that Mark Zuckerberg and Macron over there in France have come together on some hate speech package thingy over in France.
Doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, it's not. All right, here's the Wall Street Journal thing. The actual. Was it going to let me read it, or have I read too many this month? Oh, I've read too many this month. Once you get that 3, you can't read anything else.
Is it IP linked or just browser linked?
I'm not sure. When I get something like that, it's like, okay, you don't want me to read your story? Fuck it, I won't read your story. Here's another one. This is from ZDNet. The real reason Palmer Luckey was fired from Facebook. It had nothing to do with politics and a lot with losing a $5 million lawsuit for stealing intellectual property. Oh.
Okay.
According to the Wall Street Journal, Palmer Luckey, I hope I'm saying that right. It's Luck EY. So anyway, the founder of Oculus, a virtual reality company, was fired by Facebook because he donated $10,000 to an anti-Hillary Clinton group. But the article fails to mention a simple fact. On February 1st, 2017, Oculus lost an intellectual property right theft case against game maker ZeniMax to the tune of $500 million.
Ooh.
ZeniMax argument, Oculus Rift virtual reality headset illegally appropriated ZeniMax trade secrets relating to virtual. And then, okay.
I want to know what secret ZeniMax thought it lost.
Yeah. In its victory speech, ZeniMax CEO Robert Altman said, "Technology is the foundation of our business, and we consider the theft of our intellectual property to be a serious matter. We appreciate the jury's findings against the defendants and the award of $500 million in damages for those violations." Thank you, Ragnak. Welcome to the new age of the Inquisition, SJW style. Yeah. So if one of your employees just cost your company a cool $500 million for doing wrong, what would you do? Well, Facebook isn't saying even now, but on March 30th, 2017, it let Lucky go. It didn't cover Lucky's misadventures, but I recall the rough timeline. It took me all 10 minutes of searching to lock down the sequence of events. So he lost. It took them 2 months to fire him over that. Yes, Lucky also lied about his political moves, which went well beyond donating to any anti-Hillary camp. But let's look at the record if everyone knows he lied by February 22nd, 2016. Was he fired then? No. Was he fired after being found guilty of stealing ZeniMax trade secrets? Yes. Officially, Facebook stated all details associated with specific. Oh, they're not going to tell us, but we can say unequivocally that Palmer's departure was not due to his political views. Now, Palmer may indeed have, as the Wall Street Journal reported, told some people he was fired for his politics, but so what? I can tell my friends I'm the rightful king of England. That doesn't make it so. True point. But let's spell it out for you. He made some political waves. Nothing happened. He cost Facebook $200 million. He was fired. Can anyone here seriously not draw the lines between the dots? Well, when was Oculus acquired by Facebook? And did they know this was going on? Did they know this was going to be a problem or a possible problem?
Right.
Those are all questions that would need answered. Was he fired for his political views? I don't know. Maybe.
How responsible was he for all that? I mean, what was his role in that whole lawsuit? You know, that sort of thing.
And he was the president of the company, but that doesn't mean he specifically stole it. And I don't care enough to go looking into their lawsuit. I would say at this point, he was fired because Facebook didn't want him to work there anymore.
Yeah, for whatever reason.
And that's their right.
Sure.
And that doesn't mean I'm saying Facebook is not left-leaning. They absolutely are. Anybody arguing that they're unbiased or not left-leaning, you're just wrong. You're deluding yourself, lying to me and you. But yeah, I can't say this guy got fired. And why is anybody? He was fired in March of 2017. Why is that a thing now?
Maybe he lost an appeals or whatever.
Well, they didn't say anything about like a case, a wrongful termination or something like that.
Maybe he thought he was going to lose whatever court case he might have had, and he's spilling the beans, and then somebody's like, "Nuh-uh, this is how it really happened."
Well, even in that article, he told some friends that he was fired for political things. So it's not like he went running to the press about it. He told some friends who apparently went to the press.
Some not good friends.
He got paid well. And maybe it was for his political opinions that he was fired. It was a year, more than almost 2 years ago.
Yep, don't care.
Anyway, yeah. So guys, that's a news catch up for today. Tomorrow I hope to be on earlier. I did not mean to sleep as long as I did today. I'm happy I did, don't get me wrong. And then I had to wait for that damn guy to give me bad news about my internet. There's nothing worse than waiting and then getting the worst possible news. Because he actually told me, we could stop charging you what we're charging you, but then we'll move you down to the package. It'll probably get you even less.
That's not a solution.
It's really not. He did go, have you, he goes, I wouldn't normally say this, but have you tried contacting the local cable company? I'm like, yeah, trust me, I have. They won't come down my street because they're douchebags. But
So stupid.
Oh man, it's annoying. It's annoying. I want better internet. God damn it! I want to be able to do the stuff everyone else does. I can't even do the shit people were doing 2 years ago because my internet sucks. And the part that pisses me off about this is because we had the whole net neutrality argument. Hang on there with me. But we also had the budget, which gave a lot of money to ISP providers to expand into rural areas. Now, the reason the net neutrality thing is important is because the cable and telephone companies have been saying that they haven't been expanding as much since the Obama administration instituted the net neutrality rules. Well, those were gone. They're gone now. Start expanding, dick balls. If that was holding you up, then it's gone.
Right.
Plus, you got free money to do it, you dicks.
So everything they were fighting for, they're not even implementing.
No.
So they took away our stuff, and then they're doing the exact same stuff they were already doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yep. And the only reason they did it is so they can charge more to people who already have the service.
Yep.
Because they're not bringing it to the rest of us. Don't let them bullshit you. Now, again, when it comes to the net neutrality thing, I don't have a real opinion on it. I see the arguments on both sides, and I haven't given it enough thought to decide which one I like better. It was an argument they used for not expanding, and that argument no longer exists. So stop it. Somebody get a newspaper and go hit my phone company with it. The worst you could get would be even worse than losing it. It would be dial-up. Yeah, dial-up used to suck. But do you remember how great it seemed when it first came out? And
oh, it's glorious.
Even though you had to wait like 5 minutes for a good porn picture to download, it was worth it. And now, if you
an audio file was in WAV form and it took 2 hours to download 30 minutes.
Yes, you couldn't even watch a video. And then you got even the stuff we have now, and it's like going backwards would kill me. I think. Holy fuck! Is that really her?
What are you looking at?
Well, I don't want to show it on stream. I'll show you when we
All
get off, because this actually has a person's name attached to it, and
yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah. So, but guys, we are going to wrap this up. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. And yes, it's still morning somewhere, so that counts. And Dax, anything to promote?
Cheese.
Cheese. Don't promote cheese, man. Didn't you see? That's all. It's as bad as drugs.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm promoting it.
Oh, you're a cheese peddler.
Come get your Gouda, man. I got you.
Tonight at 9, we'll be on my channel doing Lords of the Night, and then at about 11:30ish, we'll be over on 2 Cents Plus doing the open stream for 7 Days to Die. Come by and hang out with us. You can play if you have the game on PC. You just got to get into mine or Satsu's Discord to get the information to join. It's not clickbait. There was actually a story about somebody eating ramen naked, and he was a criminal. It was even better. I could have made that even a better clickbaity headline, you bastards.
It was the first thing we talked about.
Indeed. So with that, guys, I hope you have a great day. We'll see you tonight at 9, and thanks for stopping by. See you next time. Say bye.
Bye.